Hey guys, what's up? If you have an upcoming cruise and you're wondering, where do I stay the night before? Because everybody knows if you cruise, you fly in the night before. We have the best hotel recommendation for you.
So this hotel is especially for those who are cruising out of Port Canaveral. We are talking about the Hyatt Regency in the Orlando Airport. So in this video, we're gonna talk about the rooms, we're gonna have some tips for you, we're gonna talk about the amenities in the hotel, and also as far as all the options that the airport has to offer.
Now you are going to see some B-roll over this of different things we're talking about here, but that's actually all from a vlog. So if you want to watch that, we'll link that below, and it shows our entire day staying at the hotel and exploring the airport. So definitely check that out.
We'll also have chapters below so you can skip around on this video if you're interested in other parts. But let's go ahead and get started.
So as we shared, there's so many reasons and benefits to this hotel that we love, but I would have to say the biggest one is the location. So the Hyatt Regency is located inside the MCO airport. So nice because you just feel like when you land, at least for us, we're coming from Idaho when we come to Florida. So it's usually a long travel day. So with layovers and whatnot, when we get there, it's like we're just ready to get settled. And so it's, once our plane arrives, we're, home in our hotel in the airport. So it's so cool.
It's cool with the kids too, because usually when you get to your place of destination, they're like ready to go, but then they're like, oh my gosh, we have to take another Uber or transportation somewhere else.
Get checked in another hotel.
Right, but it was cool with the kids because they're like, oh my goodness, our hotel is here. And it just was kind of a mind-blowing experience for them, but also it's always a fun experience for us as adults. And yes, we love that we don't have to planes, trains, and automobiles to get to our destination. And just a little tip for you, you can actually bypass the baggage claim, go right to the hotel, check in, and you can actually have the bell service go and get your luggage for you. It is a minimum of a $10 tip, but that is possible. So if your kid's just ready to get checked in, you're ready to get checked in.
You don't want to go get your luggage.
Yeah, you can just go right to the hotel and let bell service take care of it, which is pretty awesome.
We haven't done this yet is the key, because we're like, wait, what? We didn't know this was an option. So we will definitely be trying this out because that is amazing, especially if you're traveling the big family, a lot of luggage. You guys know how it is. It's just, it's worth the $10 or plus.
For sure. So as you approach the hotel, it's beautiful with waterfalls, and it's just so crazy that you're in an airport and you're looking up and there's a hotel. It's such a cool experience, especially when we got there. It was nighttime, so it was dark in the airport. The airport was quiet, TSA was quiet, all that kind of stuff, and it was just surreal. So you walk towards the hotel and you get in the elevators and go up to floor 4, and you get checked in with an amazing customer service team. They are fantastic. They answer all the questions you may need. And if you have Disney transfer, that's transferring you from the hotel to your cruise, they will actually walk you through all of that. And so they'll let you know at check-in what to expect, what time you need to be there. And any questions you may have, if you're concerned about anything, they're very knowledgeable staff. And if they don't know the answer, the cool thing is cast members will be there super early in the morning to answer any questions you may have as well. And so they'll prep you for all of that. We're actually going to do a video that's all about Disney transfer because there's a lot of questions you guys have. So if you have any questions about Disney transfer, let us know below. So we're not going to go in crazy detail of that. But one thing is you have to call Disney to book Disney transfer. You can actually go through Disney Cruise to actually book your hotel in the Hyatt Regency as well. So just a tip, if you look online and they are sold out of hotels, you may want to call Disney because Disney actually has some reserved for them. So don't be scared if you look online and they're not available. We actually, this cruise that we're going on in January, we actually booked it directly through Disney. This time around, last time we had points, and so we booked it directly through the Hyatt Regency. So either way, it works, but you can book the Hyatt Regency through the hotel, and you can book Disney transfer to the Disney cruise. They pair up everything perfectly, so you don't need to worry about any of that, any miscommunication, because we went here, there, and we went Disney there.
And that's just another reason we love staying here. Like Justin said, the staff is so knowledgeable. They're so used to people coming in for cruises, especially Disney. So even the day, we left, you see people walking around the lobby with Mickey ears on.
So
it
cool.
Just feels like you're already like starting out your trip. It's almost like they're just like in sync with, the Disney cruise world. And so it just makes us feel good. If we have any questions or, just things we didn't think about, they are very knowledgeable because they have so many people coming in that are going on a cruise.
So if you're new to our channel, or if you have been watching us for a little bit but you're not subscribed, consider doing that. Also ring the bell so you know when we have more videos like this, but also like the Disney transfer video that we're coming out with. And we also have Disney related videos that come out every Saturday. So stay tuned for that. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you get those videos. So now you get checked in to your room and it feels amazing, especially because it's the night before the Disney cruise, or maybe it's 2 days before the Disney cruise. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but the rooms are fantastic. And like Lacey mentioned, we'll link the vlog below, but we actually have an entire room tour on that vlog. We actually have 2 room tours on that vlog because we stayed in a standard room one night and we stayed in a suite the other. So how our travel day happened is that we flew in and got there about midnight.
Really late.
Really late. So there was one night and then we stayed all day.
Also, little tip I want to throw in for you guys. If you do arrive very late, most of the food stuff is all closed because that was one thing we were starving.
Yeah.
McDonald's was open. So if you're a Mickey D's fan, there you go.
And
You
and
can't
room
get food.
service is open as well.
Room service
but we
was
just
as well.
felt like a Mickey D's kind of night. But then day 2 we stayed in a suite. Now we're not going to go in detail over the rooms because again we have that video you can watch that gives you a full tour of the standard and the suite. However, the rooms were awesome.
Nice.
They were spacious. They were perfect, especially for a night or even 2 nights. But something to think about: if you have an inside room, you're not able to go out on the balcony where TSA is anymore. That's all kind of like the sliding glass door is locked. And so if you want to have a balcony to be able to get out, you want to have an outside room where you're kind of overlooking the runway and seeing the airplanes take off, all that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool. So this next time we go, we're actually going to try to get an outside room and get that balcony. We haven't done that yet, so we're going to try that out for science to see how it is. But if you don't really care, if you're cool about just being inside, that's cool. But if you want some fresh air, you might want to look at that option. So next up, we're going to talk about dining. They have a lot of options in the hotel. We will talk about like the airport as well. So the lineup is McCoy's Bar and Grill. They also have a lobby bar, and they have the Hemisphere restaurant as well. And they have McCoy's Bar and Grill to go, which is 24 hours. So that to go menu is awesome that it's 24 hours because like Lacey said, when we got there, everything was pretty much closed in the airport except for Mickey D's, of course. So they have that as an option. Also though, they actually have that poolside as well. There's a little button you can press and you can order food poolside. So next up, let's talk about the pool, which we thought was glorious.
So we ended up with the way our trip worked out. It was better for us to fly in 2 days before for our cruise. So we had a whole day in this airport and hotel. So of course we checked out the pool and it was so much fun because the pool deck, it's outside, but you're in the airport as we've shared, and so you can just see planes just
take off
taking off as you're just relaxing and dipping in the pool. So it was really a different experience, but it was so fun. It was a really nice pool. They didn't have a hot tub, but I mean, we're from Idaho. We came to Florida. We're like, give us the sun. So we just laid out in the sun. The boys absolutely loved it, swam around. So we were there for like a good hour or so, but it was really nice and it just a fun way to already just feel like vacation, right? Just swimming in the pool.
And if you stay at this hotel, it's such a cool experience waking up in an airport. I know we say this a lot, but you'll know when you stay in this hotel. It's a really cool experience. They also have a really nice gym that my son and I checked out. We did a little run. They also have a bathroom in there that has a shower as well, so you can just get ready for the day in the gym. But it was so cool being able to work out and people watch like in the lobby of the airport, seeing people getting lined up for TSA and all that kind of stuff. It was a really cool experience. So that is what the hotel has to offer. There's some other things that is going on in the hotel as well. It's just fun to walk around and explore. So we woke up, we slept in, we went to the pool, we went to the gym, we explored the hotel, and then we went to the airport, which is just right out the door. And there's a
Right in our
lot,
backyard.
right in our backyard, a lot of options. I think one of the coolest things was right when you get out of the hotel to the right, there's Starbucks.
Yes.
And that's where we went for breakfast.
Our coffee, our breakfast.
We went there
stops.
both days.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's just steps away. But there's all kinds of shopping. There's restaurants. We went to Macaroni Grill, and that was fantastic. It's kind of like nostalgic for us because we don't have Macaroni Grill here in Idaho anymore.
Right.
We used to, so that was a stop for us. But there's just a lot of options because you're in an airport.
Right. And as far as the shopping goes, I think they have the best stores hands down because you just get all the vibes of the different parks. So you, of course, have the Disney store, which they have the Disney park things. I ended up getting a pair of ears there that I wore.
I actually got this there, too.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah. Spirit jersey.
The morning we embarked on our cruise, I wore the ears I bought in there because we were doing Disney World afterwards. So it just makes you feel like already seeing like the merch they have in the parks is really fun. They also have a Universal store, which is really cool. So we got to check out all the merch there.
It was funny because we were like, there was a lot of things we wanted to purchase. Like there were some mugs and some other things.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we'll buy it on the way back. But we actually never went that direction on the way back.
Yeah.
So this time around, we're going to purchase it when we're in the airport.
Because there's this really cool Jurassic Park hat. I totally regret.
And there was
buying.
2 mugs I wanted to get too, but we didn't want to travel with it. But I don't know, it was pretty cool.
There's also a SeaWorld store if you're going to SeaWorld, so you get to have all the merch there. So just a lot of fun, different shopping, locations. There was actually 2 Disney stores too. So there's the one right by the waterfall.
And they have different things around too.
And then we walked all the way around and we're like, whoa, there's another Disney store. So that was really cool. So lots of shopping and just, like Justin said, good food options. There was ice cream.
Got some ice cream.
And we were like, hey, we're on vacation. So I think we got some Baskin Robbins. So it was
great.
really fun.
And like we mentioned, we were in this hotel for 2 nights and 1 full day. And guys, we could have stayed there longer. It was amazing. We never got bored. There was so much to do, so much to explore. Because of the shops, you could take your time. And I think what was really interesting about being in the airport is that usually in an airport, you're always thinking about time. You just are, because you have to have time management, making sure you're at your gate at a certain time, and boarding, all that kind of stuff. And it was so weird walking around an airport and not really caring about time, because you're there for the whole day and just relax and just whatever. And it was really fun, and we were very excited to go back.
Also, if you are a big people watcher, this is by far one of the coolest places because you can just sit down, by the waterfall. You're going to see people leaving to go on their, next adventure or on next vacation, or maybe they're coming back. So it was always fun to see people just like walking back and forth in that area with their luggage. So such a great place to people watch too. So the next morning we woke up the day we were embarking on our Disney cruise, and another thing that they do that makes your process staying here so seamless is we didn't have to take our luggage out of our room.
Nope.
We just had everything packed up. We put our tags on there that Disney gave us. And actually, I think we needed one more.
Yeah.
And the hotel has that too.
Yep.
So it culminated so well.
Yeah, we actually, the night before we went down there, because we realized we had more luggage, and they had it for us at the front desk. It was great.
Yeah, so you just have everything ready to go, leave it inside of your room, and then when we left, they just came in. They'll give you like a time slot of when they'll be there, and it magically showed up on the ship in our, right outside our stateroom. So it was really good. It always scares me a little bit. I'm like leaving my luggage, but we've done it now twice, and it got there.
And again, like we mentioned earlier, we're going to talk more about Disney transfer, but let me just say it was amazing being able to get checked in the hotel, because that's what you did. You got checked in for your cruise in the hotel.
Yes.
And so when they took you to the port, you were all ready to go. Basically, you just had to wait for your slot, and then you were embarking on the Disney cruise. And I just thought that was amazing because they checked your passports, they got you all ready to go, and you're just waiting for them to just take you right on to Disney transfer to Port Canaveral.
It was so cool. When we walked down into the lobby, we saw these signs. Just, you can tell it's the Disney cruise area.
Yeah, all the cast members are there.
Yep. Yeah, so we were already taking
the Mickey
pictures.
Hands, all that.
Yeah. Yeah, so they make it really easy to find. It wasn't like we came down, we're like, where do we go? We knew right where.
Oh, and they had
Disney
photo
spot is.
backdrops for you too, which was really cool. So yeah. It was like the whole lobby of the hotel turned into a Disney cruise terminal, which is really cool. And I believe the drive from MCO to Port Canaveral was about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But it went by super fast.
It does.
Because at some point you're able to see the ship kind of far out, so that was kind of cool. But then also you're kind of watching the Disney cartoons as well. And another question we get is like, when did you guys leave the airport?
Right.
Like, did it take forever? Did you get there late? No, we had an early check-in and we got there super early. Like I think our check-in was like 11 a.m. or something like that, and we got there like 10 something. I don't remember what it was, but we got there super early. And again, we're all checked in, so we're just ready to be
Hanging
called.
out.
We think that this is the perfect hotel if you're cruising out of Port Canaveral, and if you're only staying in a hotel for a day or two before the cruise. Now, if you're doing like Walt Disney World or something like that before the cruise, then obviously go to Walt Disney World. But if you're just looking for a hotel to stay, this is a perfect option. Now, the prices are a little pricier than a hotel you can probably find maybe a little bit closer to Port Canaveral, but we think because of all the benefits with not having to find an Uber when you first get there,
transportation,
the fact that you can leave your luggage in your room, and also just like the VIP check-in service that you get in the hotel before you even get to the terminal, all of those like make the price so worth it.
Right.
And again, you can book the Hyatt Regency Hotel through Disney, through your travel agent, all of that, or you can book it directly to the hotel, but the Disney transfer has to be booked through Disney Cruise Line.
But that is everything, and we hope this was helpful for you guys if you are sailing out of Port Canaveral and needing a place to stay. Make sure and check out our playlist. We'll link below of our whole trip if you want to see our trip on the Disney Wish. Also, along with that, we did Walt Disney World afterwards, so we will put that down there too. And we love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on our next one. Bye.
Bye.